Hello, Chicago fans. Hello, DC United fans, maybe? I don't know. We've gone to DC. I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to be a tough one. Our team is incredibly exhausted, and as I have been saying for a while now, we don't have a very strong bench. So we have had to rotate as much as possible. And remember when I said that our academy guy was way too bad to play for us? Yeah, he is our starting striker today as a 16-year-old. So this is a prime example of why I am not happy with the squad that I inherited and why I am doing my best to bolster, not necessarily buying a few really good players, but buying a lot of young talent who can hopefully fill the gaps for games like this when we play DC United. And it's going to be tough. There's Wayne Rooney. He is an interesting figure. Of course, as a Chelsea fan, I will always back Frank Lampard over Wayne Rooney any day. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Today, I want to talk about competition in music, which I thought was a very fitting title considering we are going to have a very difficult time competing. And I've been in that situation before where I am not able to compete, or I don't feel able to compete with the musicians around me. That is something that I didn't really feel in high school, but definitely first few years of college really was a new feeling that I had to learn to deal with, because it turns out that music school is incredibly good for your development, and people who have been there for a while tend to be really good musicians. And as someone just coming into it, it can take a while for you to reach the level that you aspire to be at. And I quickly had to face the fact that it wasn't like in high school where I could basically just walk into the best ensemble and be the star guitar player without really putting in that much effort. I mean, I put in effort anyways because I love guitar, and if you love guitar, you're going to do that. But not really having the same level of competition as you do in college was definitely setting me up for an interesting adjustment when I got to college, and suddenly, oh, I can't be a saxophone player because I'm competing against a bunch of saxophone players who have been playing saxophone since they were in middle school, and I'm not able to compete. So I'll have to play guitar, but then there are guitar players who are much better than me, and that's incredible. You should always try to be the weakest musician in the room, because that means you're with people who are going to help you do better. Barnico, you've got to score. We have to score every chance, basically. Again, I'm going to be honest, we are not good up front right now. We are starting a 16-year-old. I think this is him on the ball right now. As you can see, he's not very good, which is no judgment against him. He's playing up against DC United with Wayne Rooney. So it's going to be expected that he's going to have a hard time. But I'm still hoping, maybe hoping against hope, that he can get on the score sheet and put some trust back in this team, because we had a rough time out last time, and we fought so hard with a really strong lineup against Colorado in a game that I feel like in hindsight we should have been able to win. Oh my gosh, who was it? You can't be serious. Is this a debut goal? I cannot see your name. I'm so sorry. He certainly has the scruffy beard of a 16-year-old. I don't know who you are, but oh my gosh. It's Evans. It's a dream debut. I mean, this guy, I'm lucky that he was available for this game, because he should be in school right now. Man. His first goal in MLS, his first goal since we brought him in as emergency cover. He's only a 48 skill level, but he might as well be a 100 in our hearts right now. Now we've got a lead to defend. Our first goal in professional skill level, maybe? Certainly in this round of it. Yeah. It's amazing. And now we've got something to fight for, and I think my team talk, even if we don't go into halftime with the lead, my team talk is going to be a lot more positive than it would have been otherwise. Yeah. Speaking of competition, we might have competition for spots in the squad. That is partially a joke, because I really don't think we're going to be starting a 16-year-old in the majority of our games. But, you know, if this guy, Edwards, can come in and maybe be a stopgap or a nice rotation player. I do love playing with a central attacking midfielder. He seems to be doing a good shift as a false 9. Corner, maybe? No. I got a little greedy. Charles Evans. What a guy. Sorry, just had to focus on trying to steal the ball and maybe nicking another goal. Thank you for being offside. That makes my life better. So I think I am happiest as a musician in a bit of a competitive setting. Like, I like to feel like I have to bring my A game in order to hang. I think I can get bored easily when I don't feel like I have to bring my A game, which is partially why I'm making these videos right now. I think I mentioned a while ago, I made the first one of these because I was scheduled to, or the schedule I made, I was intending to continue my series of doing a song every Friday, and I was not feeling it. And there are a lot of reasons why I wasn't feeling it, but I think one of the reasons why, in addition to everything just feeling terrible, was feeling like I had no reason to challenge myself, and there wasn't really a drive to improve. And I think sometimes when creative projects get stagnant, one of the ways to solve that problem is to try a new one. Oh man, Evans almost with an incredible brace. So I tried a new project of making FIFA videos in order to deal with feeling not creatively great about my music project. But another way to solve that is to have a little bit of healthy competition and maybe compare yourself. Like, I know you shouldn't really compare yourself with other people, and you definitely shouldn't put your self-worth up against someone else. But if you want to be a better guitar player, the best way I know to do that is to be around guitar players who are better than you, see how they do it, and see how you can do that yourself. Oh man, and right now, I think for Charles Evans, he's looking at a bunch of players who are better than him, and he is rising to the occasion. Okay, we're going to go into halftime, a goal up, I hope, unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong. Oh man, it certainly looks like that could happen. Our defending is not what it needs to be. At this point, I just want to boot the ball as far away from the goal as I can. Okay, it's halftime. So no complaints again. 1-0 up at halftime. It's business as usual for Chicago. 1-0 up against DC United. Charles Evans, of course, he's going to be getting all of the headlines right now. If this score holds, man, it would just be a dream come true. And I mean, there's nothing that I want more than for him to succeed. There you can see our formation is very different from what we've been playing. I might play a little bit more of this. I chose this formation as I choose all of my formations with Chicago, because this is the only way that I could fit the players we had available onto a starting 11, only playing one person out of position. I think our one of our wingers is actually a midfielder. It's a bad cross, but what can you do? We have a number 9 who's not a striker. Oh yeah, I should also mention we have 0 strikers on the bench. We are not playing any strikers. We are playing a central attacking midfielder as a false 9, which, if you're not familiar with that, means we're playing a player who's not a striker in a position where a striker plays in order to trick them into thinking that we have a striker. when in reality, the game plan was for him to set up chances for other players. But I mean, if he's scoring, then maybe we're not pretending to have a striker. Maybe we do have a striker. Maybe he is the answer for us going forward in the many years to come. He's got a great potential. When I sign youth players, I'm always looking at potential. I choose my players based on who has the highest low end on the potential. They'll give you a range, like this player could be an 80 to a 90 or whatever, usually not that high. But I always pick players who have the highest low end on their potential, so that way I know we're at minimum going to be getting a player who can walk into the starting 11 in a couple of years. And I bet, I don't know this for sure because I'm not part of an admissions agency for college, but I'm sure colleges also probably look at things the same. Like they look for potential, not for who you are, and then they see if you can compete. And as far as guitar playing goes, I think I was pretty able to compete. It didn't take me long to become the jazz guitar player at my college. It really didn't take very long at all. But when I was like the second, I was going to say second or third, but I think I've never been like third best. I think at least in jazz, I've always been, the lowest was at least second best. But I felt really, really good about being there because it gave me a chance to fight for spots and ensembles. It gave me a chance to really focus on what I was doing and a clear motivation to work on some of the difficult things to work on, like technique and more advanced harmonic concepts and better voicings. These are guitar specific things, I guess. But what I'm saying is, if you're feeling like you're second best and wherever you happen to find yourself, that's okay. Sometimes that's just the way that it's going to be, and you need to learn how to operate in that role, but also know that things can change very quickly. You could wind up being the starter, like Charles Edwards could be, and we've got to defend this. I am not very good at my man-on-man defending, but the keeper comes up. Oh, is this our backup keeper? I feel like I might have put in our backup keeper without remembering. Again, top quality man management skills, just completely forgetting who my starting 11 is after selecting them. But in my defense, it is the 70th minute of this game, and I selected my lineup very hastily a long time ago, mostly based on who was not absolutely exhausted. And maybe a little cross. Dink it past the keeper. Oh my gosh. You know what? We're where we need to be. It looks like we can compete at a professional skill level. I was gonna go into a thing about how, even if we're second best, even if we can't get it done, maybe this is a good place for us so that we can get better. And, diamonds come out of fire or whatever, or pressure makes diamonds, whatever. But I'm going to scrap that entire sappy speech because it turns out we are, in fact, the best. We are the best in the league. We're going to win this game by a lot. DC have none of the answers. We have all of the answers. And I hope Wayne Rooney feels bad because he'll never be as good as Frank Lampard. Yeah, just run up the sideline. I was hoping you could get past that guy and run up the sideline a little more, actually. I am all about time wasting right now. Let's get some passing options was what I was going to say, but instead we got dispossessed. Let's go defensive. I want to keep some players back. I don't think we need to commit bodies forward right now. I think we need to quench any counterattacks as quickly as possible, and now we're just going to run up the sides. Take as much time as you need. Cut back maybe. That's really good. We got a little space to run. Oh man, should have passed. Should have crossed. But hey, the more we are in their half, the better. And I can't really complain right now. Two goals up. Oh man, I do wish we could hold on to the ball just a little bit better. But in our defense, they are a lot more motivated to get the ball than we are. I need to have a chat with these players about winning mentality and not giving up until it's over. Because I do feel like sometimes the fight just leaves these guys. We're going to put a defender in midfield, apparently, because that's all we've got. We've also got a corner, which we are going to take as slowly as possible. You don't need to run to the corner. You can walk there. Yeah, wait for the other guy to be disinterested. Pass. Give. I disagree. I think that should have been our throw-in, but does it really matter? I don't think so. Again, button mashing as if it helps. Just need to shut down this move. There we go. I'm not normally like a long clearance kind of player, but oh man, I should have done another. Oh no. Okay. Please don't make me eat my words, Wayne Rooney. And to be clear, I have nothing against him as a person, even though based on rumors I probably should. But this is entirely based on being a Chelsea fan and not liking Manchester United. Okay, we've got 2 minutes. This is the time when I would very much like, yes, for that to happen. I was going to say go into the corner. We don't need to go to the corner. We've won the game. Apparently we can't win at home, but we can win away. Same generic manager. Wayne Rooney's sad. This guy is sad. Our players are happy because we don't have to go on a long losing streak like I thought we were going to. Everything is going our way in DC. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the discussion, and I'll see you guys later.